Are you feeling overwhelmed trying to manifest everything on your list? You're visualizing your dream job, maybe also the perfect relationship, a new car, clear skin, but it's just too much, and now you're not seeing any results. So you're wondering if you're missing something, whether you're doing it right, or is this even possible? Don't worry, you're not alone. This is a really common struggle that a lot of manifestors go through. Hi, I'm Leanna. I've taught many people how to manifest multiple desires in a short period of time. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the best techniques I've found that you can use to get your dream life. So let's get started. First off, you have to understand that yes, this is possible. You might think, okay, I've been taught how to manifest by focusing on one specific thing at a time. Whether it's like scripting just for that desire, or visualizing just that desire, or writing it under a pillow and sleeping on it. Whatever it is, whatever technique you think you've been taught that you think only works for one desire, forget that for now. Everything that happens to you in your life, you've manifested. The source teachers such as Neville Goddard, Abraham Hicks, Joseph Murphy, Florence Scholar Shin, Jane Roberts, they all teach that everything that happens to you in your life is a result of your mental actions reflected outward. In other words, you manifest everything in your life, including all the stuff that you didn't think you consciously manifested. So for example, right now I'm assuming you have internet because you're on YouTube, a phone or a laptop or something that you can watch YouTube on. I'm assuming you have access to electricity, running water, food, basic human rights. You might have friends or family that love you. You might have a pet, you might have a job. So whatever it is that you have going on for you in your life that you take for granted, these are all things that you manifested at some point or another. And it's not like you only got one thing per day, because that would be absurd. You're always manifesting multiple things. So today, you woke up with YouTube, internet, phone, laptop, family, job, healthcare, a roof over your head, running water, food, electricity, etc. You manifested all those things to happen today. My point is, you're constantly manifesting multiple things all the time. The life you live now that you take for granted and that you think is rather mundane is literally someone else's dream life. There are people out there who would love to have a roof over their head, a family, electricity, a smartphone, etc. So you need to understand that yes, it's possible to manifest multiple things, and you've already been doing it your whole life. So you're basically already an expert. 2, the simplest way I've found to manifest multiple desires is to create a scene that implies that you have them all. For example, if you're trying to manifest your SP to be your boyfriend or girlfriend, and you're also trying to manifest your dream job at the same time, or say you're manifesting a physical change and trying to get into your dream university. You want to picture yourself in a scene that implies that both of those desires have come to pass. So if you're imagining having a new boyfriend and having a new job, you can imagine that new boyfriend congratulating you on your new job and kissing you. Or you can think to yourself, what are some really romantic restaurants near my dream job that I can take my new partner to after work? Or for example, if you're trying to manifest having a new car and getting into your dream university, you might think to yourself, okay, where can I rent an apartment or a dorm that has accessible parking? Or like, where would I grocery shop that I can drive to that's really close? If you're trying to imagine having clear skin and also getting into your dream university, you can picture yourself standing in your dorm, looking in the mirror and admiring your skin. Or making new friends at orientation and having one of them say like, oh my god, your skin looks amazing, what skincare do you use? Now, if you struggle with visualizing, that's okay. You can just imagine hearing the audio of them telling you that and feeling like you're there where you want to be. So for example, hearing your new friend congratulating you on whatever it is you want and imagining that this is happening and feeling like this is happening on the campus of your new university. Or you can imagine your SP's voice over the phone congratulating you on your new job or on your new car or whatever it is. If that's not really your thing, I also like to imagine seeing a text from someone implying that I got my desire. So for example, maybe a text from my best friend or like a Discord message from my partner saying like, congratulations, or wow, you did it, or that's so awesome, or like me sharing pictures of my new goal or whatever it is that I just accomplished and my friends being hyped about it in the group chat or in DM. My third tip is inner conversation. So inner conversation refers to how you talk to yourself in your head, what you're saying, the conversations you're imagining. Essentially, it's your thought process, how you talk to yourself in your mind. What are the thoughts that you think every day? You want to ask yourself, how would I talk to myself if I already had my desire today? Like, what are the types of things that you would be wondering? So for example, if you're trying to manifest a new boyfriend and a new dream job, you might think to yourself, oh, awesome, I can finally afford to treat my best friend and her boyfriend on a double date with me and my new boyfriend at that restaurant I've always wanted to take them to with my first paycheck. You want to also ask yourself, how would you feel if you had those multiple desires? So if you had that new dream relationship, you might feel loved, you might feel beautiful, you might feel chosen. And if you had that new job, you might feel accomplished, you might feel wealthy, safe, proud. So you want to combine those feelings and feel them all at once. You can feel wealthy and loved. You can feel financially safe and appreciated. And you can use whatever specific manifesting techniques you like to do, whether that's scripting or gratitude journaling or affirmations. Basically, you want to combine how you would think and how you would feel if you had both or all of your desires at once. And when you're trying to facilitate these better inner conversations that are more in line with your goal, you also want to watch out for, are you having inner conversations that imply the opposite of what you want? So for example, are you thinking, oh boy, how am I going to get accepted if they haven't gotten the paperwork yet because my dad is dragging his feet? Or I really don't feel like I'm qualified for this new job. My resume is just not that strong. Or SP's not going to like me because I'm not his type. You can't be having these conversations with yourself that imply the opposite of your desire, because then you're manifesting for the complete opposite of what you actually want. So when you catch yourself having these negative lines of thought, it's okay, just forgive yourself, drop them, and either think about something neutral, just distract yourself with something, or if you can, change your thought process to one that would be in line with what you would be thinking if you had your desire. So like the examples I gave earlier. Think about how sweet it is that your new partner got you flowers to congratulate you on your new job, or thinking about how you're gonna like spoil them with a new paycheck, or imagine yourself driving around the campus of your dream university with a new car, things like that. And the last tip I want to share with you is ask yourself, are there any specific limiting beliefs that are holding you back? And this you'd want to do for each specific manifestation that you're trying to get. So for example, if you're trying to manifest SP, but you're thinking to yourself, there was that time that we fought and he still hasn't forgiven me for that, or I'm not his type, or he's interested in this other girl, or I'm just not pretty enough. All these limiting beliefs, these are assumptions that you have. And as you know, it's called the law of assumption because the assumptions that you keep having are what gets reflected outward into your world. So if you have these harmful assumptions and you're wondering why you're not getting anywhere, well, it's the assumptions and you have to change them. Now, the best way I've found to change limiting beliefs is the three-pronged method from Seth, who was channeled by Jane Roberts. Now, I'm going to include a video here eventually where I do a deep dive into the three-prong method, but I'll give you the gist of it. Essentially, you identify the limiting belief, figure out what the opposite belief that you want to have. So for example, if you want to get rid of the belief that you're not SP's type, or maybe you want to get rid of the belief that, hey, your dream job always requires people to have a certain degree or a certain GPA. Find that specific belief that you want to change. Flip it so that it's the opposite belief that you want to have, the assumption that you want to be living in. And then feel how you would feel if that belief were true. What emotions and what feelings do you experience? So how would you feel if you were SP's type? How would you feel if you were the ideal candidate for your job? Second, you use your imagination to imagine the belief that you want. So the opposite of the limiting belief. So you would imagine that you are SP's type. You would imagine your dream job or dream university reaching out to you and saying that you are their ideal choice. And three, you assure yourself that this limiting belief is just a belief about reality. It's not a hard fact about reality. So basically, you keep telling yourself, it's not necessarily true that I'm not SP's type. It's not true that my dream job only accepts people who have this degree. You keep telling yourself that's just an idea that you have. It's not really an objective, unchangeable fact about reality. So these are the three prongs of the three-prong technique. So again, you want to identify the limiting beliefs you have about these specific desires that you're trying to manifest. So write these beliefs down, and then you use that three-prong method to start changing each one. Now, they're not going to change overnight, of course, because at its core, beliefs are just thoughts that you have thought so many times that they start to feel like a fact about reality, but they're not. But because it took a while for that idea to really take hold in your mind, it'll take a little while for you to reverse it. But if you work a little at it every single day, you'll start to see changes in your life. Remember, Neville said, an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So no matter what limiting beliefs or assumptions you have, if you use the three-prong method, you can change them. Remember, you have the power to create the life that you want. You and only you have that power. So start by applying these techniques today. You don't have to do it perfectly. No one ever said you had to do it perfectly. And frankly, nobody does it perfectly their whole lives anyway. But keep at it. Little by little, you're going to get better and your reality is going to start to change. And you can use this in tandem with whatever techniques you were doing before. If you came up with the perfect scene that combines all your desires together, but you're struggling to imagine it with sensory vividness, I made a video here that could help. Otherwise, you can check out my next video here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.